I'll sew the curtain.
Hello, Tony, Paige, hello, George, hello, Jane. So we've just got a minute until we start, and let me see. Olivia, hello, hello Kelly, hello Becky. How are we all feeling? We all good? Is anyone doing this outside? Tina, how you doing? Sophie, how are you? Okay, everybody, so those of you, Emma, hello, those of you who've done one of our Pilates classes before, you'll kind of get the gist of how it works. So I start off doing some basic mobility exercises, and it's a full body approach as well. So we're looking at stabilization of all the joints. So we'll be doing exercises that help stabilize the ankle joint, stabilize the knee, the hip, as well as your traditional core stability exercise you get in Pilates if you've ever been to a class before. Also looking at stabilization in the posture of the shoulder area as well. So it's pretty much a full body approach and lasts about 45 minutes or so. We're going to be doing some stretching as well. It's very low impact, it's not high intensity at all, it's quite chilled. We'll have a few breaks with stretches in between, etc, etc. All right, everybody. Okay, so you just need a little bit of space, so make sure you've got nothing around you, no trip hazards or anything like that. Okay, and let's get going. So all we're going to focus on doing is just mobilizing the body and just get our bodies moving, basically. So what we're going to do, we're going to focus on those ankle joints straight away. So what we're going to do is just lift that foot and just circle those ankles round, like so. And then we're going to change direction. Take it the opposite way now. Good. And switch foot. Make sure we try to keep that balance, engage your core to make sure that balance is kept. And then opposite way. Good, feet down. And now we're just going to focus on our breathing, everybody. So just completely relax. What I want you to do is now try and connect your mind with your body. So you're going to take your place to somewhere nice and relaxing. Could have been somewhere you've been before or somewhere you want to go. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just focus on that breathing. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to focus on moving our shoulders and getting our shoulder joints moving now. So as we breathe in, we breathe out, take those arms up. Then we're going to breathe in on the way down, breathe out on the way up. And just keep that going. Nice deep breaths in and out. In on the way down, out on the way up. And I want you to really stretch your body out as well, all the way up towards that ceiling with that deep breath. As we're doing this, everybody, make sure your feet are in alignment with your knees and hips and your core is engaged. Keep that moving. Just think about the alignment. Is everything in line? So feet, knees, hips, all in line with those shoulders. Good. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Moving on to the hips. Hip hinges. So again, good alignment. Ankles, knees, hips all in a line. Hips are going to go back, the core's tight. And we're just going down and slowly up with that straight back. So we're pushing that backside out. And we're going forward. There should be a natural little bend that occurs in those knees. And we should feel a little stretch on the hamstrings as well as we go down. Possibly on the glutes as well. And that's how we want to keep going. Keep the breathing going. So we're always focusing on those deep breaths in and out. Breathe it out on the way up. 3, 2, 1, hold it there. We're just going to do some pelvic tilts. So we're going to engage those deep core muscles that help our pelvis move forwards and backwards. So what I want you to do is imagine your pelvis is like a jug of water, and you're just going to pour some out and then stop it from pouring and bring it back in, using those core muscles, okay? So all we do is pour it out and stop it. So it's just that little movement in the hips. That's it, so you're tilting them backwards and forwards. And these are just called pelvic tilts, and they just help engage the really deep core muscles in that area. And it's just a very slight movement. We're not thrusting back and forwards. We're just using very slight movements. That's good. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay. Now what we're going to do is bring our arms nice and wide. Now I use this pretty much on every class I do. Really good exercise to mobilise the spine and get everything nice and loose in that torso as well. So arms nice and straight, and we're just going to rotate from right to left, like so. So right to left, lifting the heel as you go. Keep your shoulder blades back. Keep that core nice and tight. And make sure those shoulders are right. The hands are level with the shoulders, so you've got a nice straight line. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, what we're going to do first now is move on to our first section, which is our balance and coordination. So, those who've done one of these classes before, you will know what's coming. So, 2 exercises we're going to start off with. The first one, we're shifting our body weight from right to left. And how we're going to do that is engage our core muscles, make sure everything is in good alignment, and all we're going to do, arms up if you want to. If you want more of a challenge, arms directly above the head. And what you're going to do is shift the body weight from right to left, lifting the knee in line with the hip. So from the side, this is how we look. Nice and slow. Okay? Nice and slow. Just bringing them up, level with the hip and down. Now you should feel that moment in the core when you're shifting that body weight from right to left. We're trying to avoid rocking from side to side, doing this. Keep everything stable, core connected, slowly move. I like to come down as well, tiptoes first, and then actually feel the foot kind of lengthen out onto the floor as I come down. So tiptoes first, then I lengthen the foot out. That helps me quite a lot in keeping my balance. So the first thing that's contacting the floor is my toes and the ball of my foot. And then I switch from right to left. Sit, keep everything tight. Again, that harder option, lengthening the body. Good. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now we're going to go for a 30-second hold on each side. Doesn't matter which side you start with, just pick a leg and lift. Get yourselves ready. 3, 2, 1, up, hold, keep it there for 30 seconds. Okay, knee, level with the hip if you can. If you feel really, really wobbly and off balance, don't try and fight against it, okay, because you could twist your knee or your ankle. Just lower the height of the foot, take it down a bit. If that's still no good, just touch the floor, regain your balance, start again. Don't try and fight against it, because you could twist your ankle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch on to the other side now, same again. 3, 2, 1, lift and hold, level with the knee, core tight. Hold that position. Again, think about the breathing. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. 15 seconds. Harder option there, if you want it. Just see what's being said on there. No worries, Vicky. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to challenge ourselves even more by doing the same exercise. So we're going to progress it. How we're going to progress it is by taking away one of our sensors. So we're going to close our eyes. That then is going to make all the stabilizer and fixator muscles around the ankle, the knee joint and the hip, and also your core as well, have to work a lot harder to keep your balance. Alright, and you'll see how much difference it does make having your eyes closed in a second. So, get into that position, back to the first exercise, transferring that body weight from right to left. Alright, 3, 2, 1, close the eyes, no cheating, no peeking, off we go, lift, from right to left, you're moving those knees up and down, trying to get them just to the hip level. If you're finding it really tough with your eyes closed, try and regress the exercise a little bit, so don't lift the knee as high as you did before when you had your eyes open. And just take it a little bit slower as well. I want you to feel the muscles that are working in this exercise. Feel those little muscles around the ankle, just twitching and switching on and activating to keep you balanced. That is what's happening here. Keep it going. Just focus on what you're doing. A good way to improve on this as well is using imagery. So if you picture yourself doing this almost like a mirror image in your head and just copy that person, that can sometimes help as well. Concentrating on the breathing as well and just focusing solely on what you're doing, that's also a good way. 3, 2, 1, open your eyes briefly, shake it off. Well done. So now we're going to move to those 30-second holds. And again, just pick whatever leg you want to start with, it doesn't matter. We're going to close the eyes again, hold for 30 seconds on each side. I will count you in. 3, 2, 1, eyes closed, lift, hold. Again, remember what I said. If it gets tricky, take the foot down, place it on the floor, start again. This one you really should feel those stabilizing muscles switching on and those fixators, everything really engaging, especially around the ankle joint. You'll feel it a lot more. Again, don't fight against it if you feel super wobbly. Start again. 3, 2, 1, and switch. That's it. Close the eyes. You may feel much more stable on one side than the other, because we all have a dominant side that we naturally lead up, step up on things and certain things like that does work balance a little bit more in our daily lives. So you may find a side that you need to work on more than the other. Just keep that going, everybody. Keep the breathing. Keep the eyes closed. Keep going. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Shake the legs off. Okay, what we're going to do now is focus on knee stability, hip stability by working our leg muscles with some bodyweight squats. Also, after that, we're going to go straight into some squats with calf raises as well, so we can engage our calf muscles and strengthen those up, alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a body weight squat. I'm just going to go for 30 seconds, then I'm going to add the progression in. 3, 2, 1, feet shoulder width, hips going back. So from the side, this is how we're looking, always leading with the hips towards the floor, creating a nice right angle at that knee joint and keeping the back nice and straight. So we're leading towards the floor with that backside all the time. If you look at my knees, they're not going forward. The first thing that's happening is I'm leading with my backside down to that floor. A common mistake what people make is they go with their knees first and end up doing that. A lot of pressure on the knee. So always hips first, leading with the bum, and that is going to give you a good squat, a safe squat as well, because you're loading that weight on the glutes. 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold it there. We're now going to work our calves as well, and also add in some balance and coordination to the exercise as well, and some breathing techniques. So, deep breath in, breathe out, flow up with the arms to a tiptoe position. Big deep breath in again, breathe out, tiptoes, breathe in, out, tiptoes. So we're just holding for literally 1 or 2 seconds. It's really good, everybody. So we're getting nice and low to that right ankle position. Focus on it. Really good. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Shake the legs off a little bit. And just focus on your breathing. Okay, everybody. So what we're going to do next, we're going to do what's called a body roll. So I want you to imagine each individual vertebrae. So your spine is made up of 33 individual vertebrae. Okay? And I want you to imagine each one of them slowly just peeling away, releasing all the tension. So you tuck your chin into your chest first, let your rib cage glide down towards your hips, make sure the arms are relaxed, and then you just slowly work your way down till your hands come close to that floor, and then you slowly build the spine back up. Again, think about vertebrae by vertebrae, just straightening up. Really slow, stage by stage, until we're really straight and strong, and then we keep repeating. So just keep repeating that movement. Okay? So you're just tucking the chin, letting that come down to the chest. The rib cage is then floating down to the hips, releasing all that tension in the back. Some of us may have different ranges of motion. When you get to that point, slowly build it up. And it's straighter and stronger than it was before as well. And we should be focusing on our breathing. Have a nice deep breath in and out at the top. Really open up. And just think in your head that your back is much straighter and stronger. And just feel those muscles. I want you to engage in your mind all those different muscles that are working to strengthen the spine as well when you're on the way up. Alright? Just keep that going. So nice and slowly, each vertebrae peeling down, stage by stage. And if you think about it, you've got 33 in your back, that's how slow you need to be going. Completely relaxed in the arms as well. And then straighten up. That's it. It's really good, everybody. Keep going. Make this your last one, whatever stage you're at, make this your last one now. And then just stand up nice and straight and strong. Just take a few seconds. Okay, so we're going to progress that now. And what we're going to do, some of you may have done this exercise with me in a class before, but we're going to take it down into an inchworm at the bottom of our body roll. And it's going to be a nice and slow inchworm as well. So then we're getting the upper body working, and the shoulders as well, because we're going to move on to some shoulder stabilization after this. So what you're going to do is you're going to slowly come down. Make sure at first you've got good alignment, ankles, knees, hips, in line with the shoulders. Okay, think about train tracks, nice straight lines. You're going to slowly come down in your body. Well, I'm going to do this quicker than I want you guys to do it. You do it super slow, as slow as you can. So tuck the chin, chest comes down towards the hips, hands are relaxed. As soon as the hands get real close to that floor, you're going to start walking the body out really slow until you're in that press up position. Once you're there, pause for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then you slowly walk it back. And then slowly start that process again. Off we go, everybody. Continue, keep that move going. Alright? Body roll. Into that inchworm. Keep it nice and slow and nice and controlled, everybody. Really good. Don't take those hands too far out in front. Make sure they're just level with the shoulders. And then slowly bring it back. Good. Make this the last one. Again, nice and slow. Back up to that top. And hold it there. Okay, everybody, well done. So now we're going to focus on having to go at improving our posture on our upper back, so our shoulders, our scapulars, our shoulder blades. So we're going to look at the way they move and strengthening the muscles around them called the retained cuff muscles. So we're hopefully by doing that we can bring our shoulders back and have a little bit of posture. So what we're going to do first, so stand with that good alignment again in a natural position. But this time what I want you to do is just bring the shoulder blades back. Just make sure they're nice and flat. Keep your head up and just create that little bit of better posture. The chest out a little bit and just hold it there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a right angle with the arms, the thumbs leading out to the side. This exercise is called a dumb waiter. And what you need to focus on is keeping your elbows tucked right in and your shoulders back. Alright, and then all we do is guide the thumbs out to the side and back in. What we want to avoid doing is letting our elbows flare out like this. Okay, so everything stays tucked in. Just go to the point where you really feel that pinch in the shoulder blades and the rear part of the shoulder, and then bring it back. And it's just nice, slow and controlled. And you probably just want to do a 1-2 second pause at that point there. At the widest point, 1-2 second pause and relax. Make sure you're not hunching up, keep the shoulders down, but back. And we're focusing on that posture. It's really good, everybody. Keep it up. 2, 1, and relax. Just roll the shoulders out, loosen up that area before we go on to the next exercise. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to have our hands in this position. So if you think about a rugby goal, we want that kind of shape with the arms, nice right angles, elbows straight in line with the shoulders. From here, what I want to do is make sure our scapulars, our shoulder blades are flat against our back. So just feel those against your back. Pull them back to make sure they are flat. And then from this position, good alignment all the way through. And we're just going to rotate forwards and backwards. Just keep an eye on those elbows creeping down. Keep them up. So elbows always in line with the shoulder. You do have to think about this move quite a lot to get this one right. It's helpful if you've got a full length mirror and you're doing this in front of a mirror to see how you're getting on. So if any of you do Pilates again with me on here, try and get yourself a mirror or something just so you can see, because obviously I can't see you guys to correct you as I normally would in my class. I would go around correcting people. That's it. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Link the fingers, let's have a little stretch. Push out, look down towards that floor. Lower down, roll it out. Okay, everybody, well done. So, we're going to move down onto the mat now. So what we're going to do, I'm going to just adjust this right here. So we're going to slowly move ourselves down onto the mats, into that seated position with your legs out nice and straight in front of you like this. Okay? So legs out in front, as straight as you can. If you haven't got anything you can sit on, if you've got tight hamstrings, you'll feel like you want to raise your knees up, that's fine. But if you have got like a block or something or a step you can sit on, that's going to help keep your legs straight. But it doesn't matter if you need to slightly bend them. So you can have your legs nice and straight. Chest up, engage your core muscles. Arms wide and back. I'm just going to rotate from right to left, doing a spine twist. I want you to watch your hand that's going away from the body as you twist. And we're just moving really, really slowly on this one. Really, really slow. So we should be feeling it right across those abdominals and those obliques as well at the side of the body. We should also be feeling it in the shoulders. So we've just done some shoulder work. We're trying to keep those shoulder blades back and flat. That's what's going to stop you from doing this. A lot of people do this in my classes when I'm instructing. For some reason their arms are going like that. So we need to keep them straight, so we've got a straight line. Keep that chest up, no slouching. If you slouch, you're not going to work the muscles we want to work. 3, 2, 1, relax. Slide the hands down towards the ankles and stretch now. And have a little rest. Have a nice 30-second rest. And just breathe. And a lot of you will be way more flexible than I am. If you can grab your toes, grab your toes. If you can hold the bottom of your feet, do that. I blame it on years of playing football. My hamstrings are just knackered. So I can't get that far down. That's it, just hold. And straighten up. What we're going to do now is a similar exercise. This one's called the saw. So we're going to separate our legs. Again, if you're super flexible, you can take them as wide as you want. Just make sure you can get across and down. And all we're going to do is that position again, but this time we come down and across. So we're coming across and down to the foot, from right to left. Come back to this straight and strong middle position every time. Alright? Keep that breathing going as well. Breathe in and out when you go down towards the floor. That's it, just keep going. Keep it up, everybody. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Focusing on our hamstring flexibility now. So what we're going to do is a developmental stretch of the hamstring. So what that means is we're just going to hold it a little bit longer. So we're going to go for 45 seconds each side. So we're going to try and make a difference on our hamstring flexibility. Heel to the side of the knee. Back straight, slide both hands down towards that foot and hold. Off we go. Deep breaths as we are stretching. Keep holding everyone just at halfway. If you want to, just try and attempt to get a little bit further down now. Increase that stretch a little bit if it's got comfortable. It shouldn't be painful. You should feel mild discomfort. It should feel like it's stretching and doing the job. 3, 2, 1. Switch side. Exactly the same again, just on the other leg. Off we go. Slide down. Hold that stretch. And again, take it as far as you can, as far as you're comfortable with as well. Keep going, everybody. 3, 2, 1, and slide up. Okay, what we're going to do now is slowly bring ourselves down onto the mat. Nice and slow. Pop those feet down and just stay in that position there. And just engage your core. So belly button in towards the spine and push the lower back into the mat. Every exercise we do, I want you in that position. So core engaged, lower back pushed down. And I will keep reinforcing that as well. So first exercise, we're going to take our legs into a tabletop. So here we go, knees in line with the hips. Keep that core engagement, alright? I don't want your knees to be too close or too far away. It needs to be a perfectly straight line into that ball and socket joint of the hip there. You will know if you've got it right, you'll find that sweet spot and you feel even more engagement in the core. Hold that position and just focus on breathing. That's good. And now slowly all we're going to do is guide the heel down towards the mat or the floor from right to left. Do not change the angle of this joint. Do not change the angle of your knee joint. Okay, keep it at a right angle and just guide the leg down using the hip only. So we're using that hip joint only at this point. We're not doing this, which is what people do. Okay, guide down. And it can be difficult without a mirror, I appreciate that. This is why, if you can, next week get to somewhere where you have got a mirror where you can at least see yourself at some partially doing some of these exercises. Or even if you have a phone and an iPad or whatever, you can put the camera on yourself and see it that way. That is a way you can see the angles of your joints better. Keep it moving, come on. Again, do not change the angle, 90 degrees. Keeping that core engaged. Really, really good. 3, 2, 1. Feet down and rest. breaths. Okay, what we're going to do is a Pilates crunch now. So, I say Pilates crunch, but all of you should be doing your crunches like this all the time. So, tuck the chin. Imagine your back is like a steel rod. Imagine there's a steel rod going straight through your spine. Tuck the chin, and imagine you cannot bring your head forward like this. Alright? So the chin stays tucked. Give yourself those double chins. Hands on the thighs. You're just going to lift the shoulders off the mat using the core only. So you just lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keep that going now, everybody. Any of you that do sit-ups or anything like that, please stop doing those now. This is all you need to do to fully engage all those core muscles. Sit-ups are bad for your lower back. Okay? If you're someone that does 300, 400 sit-ups a day and wonders why their back's hurting, that's because there's a lot of shearing force on your back. When you get up to that point there, it's too much pressure. You don't need it. You're getting a better contraction, doing a crunch in this way, nice and slow and controlled, than you are doing a sit-up. Alright? Anyone that tells you to do a sit-up, just tell them what I just said, and they can't say anything. Keep going. That's it, slow and controlled. You're engaging all those core muscles, and you're lowering back down nice and slowly. Keep that chin tucked. Okay, we want to avoid generating that momentum by doing this. Come on. You're going to feel it much more. Do it as slow as you possibly can. And rest, everybody. Rest. Deep breaths. Good. Okay. Focus on the glutes now. So we're going to do some glute bridges. We do these nice and slow. We're going to do 4 seconds up, 4 seconds down. And we're just going to really focus on activating our glutes. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. 4 seconds up. 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think about activating those glutes as well while you're doing the exercise. Just think about what muscles you want to work and turn them on in your brain. I know it sounds crazy, but it works, trust me. Actually thinking about squeezing that muscle in as you're doing it, and thinking about it slowly releasing as slow as possible when you're going down, makes all the difference in the exercise. Especially in a squat as well. A lot of times in a squat, your glutes can turn off and you can be quad dominant and hamstring dominant. So if you think about your glutes a bit more and you want to think about leaning back your hips, it makes a lot of difference to you squatting. Sit super slow. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Down. Straighten the leg out. Bring one knee up, one arm up. Straight into the dead bug. So we're just switching that position from right to left. Like so. Don't let that heel touch the floor. So just keep it a couple of centimetres away. Just keep that knee in line with the hip. Don't take it any closer in towards the body. It's really good, everyone. Keep it up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Rest slightly. We're going into a hollow body now. I use this one in abs blast as well, if any of you do abs blast. So we're going to raise our legs a little bit. Raise our chest, keep the chin tucked, create a little curved shape. And we're just going to hold this position. Keep that chin tucked in. Keep that hold, everyone, come on. Keep it up, a few more seconds. Hold, hold, hold. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And slowly roll onto the side. Okay, all I want you to do is just rest your head on your upper arm there. Bring your knees up, we're going to go into the clown again, focusing on those glutes. I'm focusing on strengthening our hip. So we're just coming out and closing. So we're just opening, closing those legs, keeping the feet in contact. And you can just put your hand on that area as well. You can feel those muscles working. If you wonder what's going off, you can feel it all there, tightening up and strengthening that hip joint, keeping it nice and secure. Three, 2, 1. We're going to go straight into the side plank, either on the hips or full. 3, 2, 1, go. Hold, different options. Doing 30 seconds. This is fine. The most important thing is we're loading that forearm with the body weight, and we're not having the load all on the shoulder there because there's no support. So make sure the forearm's right underneath the body. And we can hold from there, popping our hips up. 3, 2, 1. Relax, onto the other side, onto the clamp. Knees up, off we go. Open and close. Open and close. Nice and slow. Three, 2, 1. Onto our side planks. Knees if you want to. Falls, it's up to you which one. 3, 2, 1. And hold. Just pop the hips up. Contract those obliques at the side and hold that position. Keep going. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Roll straight over onto your front. Last exercise to finish, we are going to do the swimming exercise. So straighten out the legs and the arms in front. And all we're going to do is raise those opposite limbs. So just get back in shot here. So you're just going to raise the right and the left and the opposite. Keeping the hip bones at the front pressed down into the mat. That's going to help keep the hips in position where we want. So up and down. So with this exercise we're working the glutes. We're also working the back muscles as well to help support the spine. You're also engaging that core because you're keeping those hips pressed down as well. Keep it up. Just raise those arms up with those legs opposites. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it there, everyone. We're going to go straight away. We're going to stretch our abs out. So we're going to come straight up into a cobra. You can do this position, or you can push your hands all the way up. Really stretch out. Look up towards the ceiling as well. Just lengthen it all out. Slowly bring yourself up. onto the knee. We're going to stretch our quads and our hip flexors. So we're just going to lean forward into that stretch there and hold. Keep the core tight. And switch. Hold it again. Three, two, one. Onto your feet. So adjust this camera this side. And I want you now to link your fingers together. Feet shoulder width. Stretch up above the head as high as you can. Really lengthen out. And then slowly lean to the side. Back into the middle. Onto the other side. And relax. Give yourselves a clap, everybody. Well done. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to be putting out the new timetable for next week very, very shortly in the next hour or so. Everybody, please share it and make sure you stress that it is 100% free. Everything that I was doing free. I've added more classes in again for next week. So there's going to be more on the timetable again. Just building on what we've been doing. Thank you all for joining in, and yeah, just please share that timetable as much as you possibly can when I put it out later this evening, just to make sure everyone's aware, everyone's got things to do in the evening times during this lockdown. So thank you all again for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will catch you all tomorrow and through the week.